Hello everybody, I'm INVISIBLETHIEF and welcome to episode 13 on my Let's Play on Terraria Journey's End. In the last episode, I ended up making my very own drill train tank thing underground for my NPCs that like to live underground. So at the moment I only have the Goblin Tinkerer and the Demolitionist moving here. As you can see, out of episode I've added the little hole that I mentioned about making. And I've also moved the teleporter. That is because since the teleporter was unable to be centered here, I put down this little diamond gem tree thing. So then it will grow next to the teleporter. Sadly though, the gem trees have yet to actually grow. So I made this giant hole in the roof and recently took out all of the lights. So then it's to see if that will actually help it, because they weren't growing and I was in the world for quite some time. So I am seeing if that will help. I also believe that the same thing that was making the F11 and F7 buttons get pressed might also be the same thing that's making it so my jump's not working. And I bring this up because currently my jump isn't working. And as I'm sure you've noticed, my character looks quite a bit different from in the last episode. So a traveling merchant came by and they were selling some vanity items. So I decided to buy a kimono because I thought it looked good. And I also think it looks good with the fox ears and fox tail. And if you're wondering why my character's hair is red as opposed to black, it's because I gave them life hair dye. So depending on their life, the hair will change from red and get darker until it reaches black. Out of episode, I ended up getting myself a party girl called Fantasy, which you can buy a whole load of party stuff from. Some of this stuff is new, like a party wagon, a spectrum kite, pogo stick, ooh, I want that, and a plasma ball. Okay, well I'm gonna buy the pogo stick, because I have quite a bit of money. Let me see what this pogo stick does before I explain anything else. Let's see, right? Oh, it just kind of, oh dear. Oh, that seems like it could be. Oh, if I do a double jump, it makes it do a flip. And then I can tilt it forward and then it will go. Okay, that's fun. I like the pogo stick. It's fun. I bet you could do some hard maps or a course or something where you use this to try and get around. Probably be a bit hard to do. Oh, look at all the slimes floating in the background. Guess you could probably make like a Bennett Foddy kind of thing. Getting over it with Bennett Foddy, but with that. I'm gonna put the flamingo away and instead have that. Why are there a load of ladybugs over here? Hold on, 1 second. Yank and yank. Grab all of them. So, out of episode, I've been doing quite a bit of fishing out of episode to try and start doing the angler's quests. So I changed this from the potion chest to the fishing chest so you can see all of the fish that I've caught. And in this chest, I've caught quite a few things from fishing. I got a swordfish, which is basically a spear, a reaver shark, which is a pickaxe, a couple accessories. I got a fuzzy carrot, which summons a bunny mount, which is very cute, but I think the pogo stick might be better, just for now. I also got myself an amber mosquito, which summons a little dinosaur, though I don't think it's as good as my little slime prince. I also was able to get the writhing remains from the Eater of Worlds. I got a sawtooth shark from fishing, which is an axe, though not as good of an axe as this. I think the reaver shark got debuffed. I ended up killing a flying fish and got myself a rain song, which is a playable instrument. So I'm not sure what that will do. I also got myself 2 golden crates, 4 iron crates, an ocean crate, and 14 wooden crates, which I'm planning on opening in just a little bit. So let me put away all of that stuff, and then put these away in the accessories chest, just like that. Okay, so from the golden crates, I got some bait, some obsidian skin potions, so that'll actually be quite useful, and some healing potions. I could probably save these to hard mode and they'll give me better stuff, but I don't care. From the iron crates, I got, ooh, a falcon blade, which is a little sword. Not as good as the stuff I currently have. From the ocean crate, I got an inner tube. These don't really give the best stuff. Oh, well, that's a good thing. The tsunami in a bottle. Interesting. Which is a double jump, but I don't really need that now. So let me put away all of this stuff that I do not need. Now, let me see what the Writhing Remains summons. Oh, it summons a little eater of worm. Oh, it summons an eater of worms. May ruin several backyards. That's kind of cute. Kinda. Not as cute as the slime prince, though. So I'm definitely going to be keeping the slime prince. I still somehow have not gotten the Eye of Cthulhu's drop, even though I fought the Eye of Cthulhu quite a bit more than 4 times. Probably more like 6 times at this point. Anyway, let me see what this rain song does. Oh. If my mouse is closer to the character, it does lower, and then if it's farther away, it does more higher pitched. So I suppose you can do a bit of song out of it. So that's kind of cool that there's instruments. I don't know, but that's actually quite cool. You could probably, there's probably more of those, and you might even be able to do a band if you have enough people. So that is actually kind of cool. Tell me what you think about my character. Real nice. And I completely forgot. I haven't said what I was going to do in this episode. So in this episode, I'm going to be fighting the Old One's army. So I can talk to Java Hawk, the Tavern Keep, ask about the Eternia crystals, and then got some Defender medals for free. So I can buy one of these little rod stuff, summon stuff. The Lightning Aura Rod, although it says it does the least amount of damage, is, in my opinion, the most useful out of all of them, because it does that. So it hurts all enemies in this area. So it's useful to put up high on a platform, so then it can also hit the flying enemies, because those can be quite difficult to defeat sometimes, or at least annoying. And I'll also be buying an Eternia crystal stand and an Eternia crystal to actually summon in the Old One's army. So now that I have all these, I should be prepared, I think, unless if I'm forgetting to mention anything. This seems about the same, and everything here seems fine. So I think I'm pretty much ready. Oh no, Zappinator. It doesn't do something complete. Well, it is random, but it has set random things that I can do whenever it hits an enemy. So when it hits an enemy, it can do any of the following: pierce the enemy, change speed, either accelerating dramatically or coming to a near complete stop, teleport to a new location, sometimes teleporting onto the enemy. It just struck multiple times in a row, chaining damage. It can change orientation, create another beam, deal massive knockback enough to launch enemies off screen, deal 5 to 10 times damage, or gain the ability to pass through blocks. So it is quite a useful weapon. So I reforged it to mythical because I think that would be the most useful thing at the moment. I'm going to set up the Eternia crystal probably in that stretch of land just to the left of the desert, because this isn't where it's permanently going to be, so I won't try and make it the biggest size it can be or anything like that. Eventually, I'm going to put it next to the Tavern Keep's house in the Hallowed. So it'd have like maybe a hospital for the nurse on one side, and then the tavern for the Tavern Keep on the other side, and then just have this and the teleporter in the middle. I'm thinking it might look good, but I've spent way too much time just talking about, you know, keep just catching up, talking about what I'm going to be doing. So the first part, I'm not even sure if I have to level this out. So I'm gonna try and just place it right, that's a tree, right there. So this should be a good place. I've lit it up quite a bit. And if you haven't seen the Old One's army, it's a wave-based event. So it will spawn 2 portals on either side of it, and enemies will come through, and then after enemies stop coming through, then it will go on to a little bit of a waiting period, so you can prepare for the next wave, and also take out any remaining enemies. And you basically have to defend a crystal that will be in the middle, the Eternia crystal, to make sure that the enemies do not destroy it, because the enemies won't actually be going for your character, and instead be going for that Eternia crystal. So you have to make sure that you defend it, and make sure that it does not get defeated. So that is your number 1, or I suppose number 2, or second priority. Number 1 should be your character, because if your character dies, then it'll be a lot harder to defend the crystal if your character is not actually there to defend it. So it's always good to make platforms, so then you can put the aura rod on the platforms, so then it will deal damage to the enemies. It doesn't do a whole lot of damage, but it should be enough to take out some of the weaker enemies of the event. I think this event, let's see, actually this event you can only get after you defeat the, what's it called, the Eater. So it might not, but I think I should be prepared for it because of my Demon Scythe, which is a pretty powerful thing. So I'm gonna see if it will just work if I just summon it in here without really like smoothing out a big area for it. So without further ado, it's time to summon in the Old One's army. Or the first version of the Old One's army, because as you progress through the game, it gets harder. Like, yeah, enough explaining. Oh yeah, these enemies that spawn in will also be able to do damage to it. So, first wave, Etherian Goblins. I have actually not completed the second wave of the Old One's army, because I ended up essentially just skipping it. Okay, the portals seem to be spawning quite far away. So I'm gonna try and use the Grey Zappinator to defeat the enemies, because I think it will be quite good, maybe. And if not that, then I can always try and use the, I can use the Demon Scythe, because it pierces. But I basically want to keep the enemies away from the portal. It probably would have been smart of me to actually flatten out the area, because that would have made it so these projectiles would be more efficient, instead of right now where they're kind of going like they could hit the ground as opposed to the actual enemies. So I guess it would have been easier if I don't end up doing this, then I can try and flatten out the area a bit more. So I'm going to be putting these there in a row like that. Try and make sure that they get hit along. And I'm going to be protecting one side rather than the other, because it's a bit easier, so then I don't have to focus on both sides as much. I can focus more on one side and then quickly like go off to the other side to start protecting that. So you can see this is doing quite good at damaging the enemies, but it's not quite powerful enough to completely take them out, just to weaken them. So I want to try and focus on defeating this side. Wave complete, very good. I forget how many waves are actually in this event. Oh, yeah, this is actually going quite good. It's actually defeating some of the enemies. some of the weaker Etherian goblins. So I'm going to put one more on this side, and then I'm going to start protecting the other side to make sure that it actually is both sides are protected. So every time you defeat the wave, there's a little timer above there, which will basically say until the next wave comes. And each wave is, as you would expect, harder than the last. So you want to make sure that you're prepared, and don't get too cocky just because you defeated the first wave, because the following waves will be much, much harder than that first wave. So you want to make sure that you have plenty of good stuff. And you especially want stuff that will pierce, because that will make it so you can attack more than one enemy, because there will be a lot of enemies, which makes the Demon Scythe an especially good item for this, because it pierces, and does quite a bit of damage. So it's pretty much the perfect weapon that I could have gotten. So I'm going to quickly go over here, and you can see I'm gathering up Etherian mana, which is basically what you use to summon in your little turrets, or your little sentries, because if you just could summon in a whole bunch, then it wouldn't be as good. And I believe this is like a collaboration or something with Dungeon Defenders. So in Dungeon Defenders, you can... It's basically just... Oh, I'm nearly dead. It's kind of like this, but, you know, 3D. Oh, here's the Etherian Wyverns. They are very, very annoying enemies, and I just died. That is not good. Hopefully... Oh, no, I'm gonna fail this. But you can see they're flying higher than I expected, which is not good. But they are getting hurt by these, which is good, but I was not able to defeat it, sadly. But that is no reason to give up, because I think I can defeat it. I just need to prepare a little bit better, because that was just a little test to see if I could, just without any preparation. So now I have to flatten the area out a little bit more to make sure that I have the best area to actually defeat the enemies, because as you can see, the Demon Scythes do not pass through blocks, which means that if there's any blocks in the way, it can block it from actually defeating the enemies. So just in that little area where I was where I was fighting them, the little grassy patch here, I'm basically going to flatten this out, because as you can see here, this little bit is very bumpy and was not good for actually defeating the enemies. So if I just flatten this area out at about this level and chop down all the trees, then I can actually continue mining. I don't have to go far, but I do need to go far enough to make sure that that there's enough room for my projectiles to actually defeat it. In my previous Terraria series, I did not do this the best way, because I ended up making a very, very small arena. Because the arena isn't always the same size. You can make it smaller, which is not a good idea, because a small arena will make it so it's very, very easy for the enemies to get to your crystal and defeat it. I did manage to beat it, the final one, with that poor setup. Just barely, though. I had to get the best, I had to have post-Moonlord armor and the final tier of the Lightning Ore Rod in order to actually defeat it. So I did struggle quite a bit on that, but I was eventually able to defeat it in the end. I am not going to be making a very small arena this time. Instead, I'm going to be making a reasonably sized arena. And by reasonably sized, I mean max size. I'm going to make it as big as I can possibly make it, because I need to have as much of an advantage as I can, because I do not plan on waiting until after Moonlord to defeat it, because that would not be very, very good. So, I think this should be a big enough area if I zoom out. Looks about good. I'm just gonna extend the platform a little bit more over to the right, like so. And this should be a big enough area. Like the ore rod gets a good area there. That could be a little bit higher, but it should theoretically be fine. I should probably go back and grab a couple buffs because I need it. Because I need as much of an advantage as I can get. So I'm gonna get better potions and some. Oh, is there any iron skin, anything like that? There's burger, which has major improvement to stats. So I'm gonna take a burger with me, just because that will be very good. So now all I have to do is go back to the arena and try doing attempt number 2. I should probably mention on my way back to the arena, since I am almost there, that I did not actually show the death graves, how many deaths I'd had out of last episode, which I probably should have, but I ended up forgetting. So I've just counted the same amount of deaths, so including the deaths from the previous out of episode, I didn't end up getting rid of it because I kept showing. So I died twice out of episode, I believe, unless if it's different. I'm gonna have to check once I get back, but it should just be twice that I died out of episode. So I'm gonna put the lightning rods there. So yeah, wave 2. I'm gonna do it as best I can. These portals spawn very far apart. Now they have to go through a lake. This one they have to walk through a bit of a desert to get here, and kind of like magic-y downwards. So yeah, well, I like how my new character looks. How my character now looks like. I think it's quite nice. I mean, tell me your opinion. Do you like it? Do you not? If you don't, too bad. I decided against changing my character's hair back to the old one because it's a new series, new update, so I thought that I might as well make a new and improved version just because I think it looks quite nice. So they should have dropped, yeah, here. They should drop enough to allow me to summon the right amount of portals. I want to put the portals as close together as I can. Make sure that it has most damage that I can do. I'm going to try and use the Zappinator this round as opposed to the, what's it called, the other thing that I was using. Which, it looked like that one jumped over. Okay, this doesn't seem to be doing as well as the Demon Scythe, the Grey Zappinator. But I should hopefully... I forgot to take sandwich. Give me the burger. That's what it is, a burger, not a sandwich. But yeah, this seems to be doing a lot better, the Demon Scythe, than the Zappinator. But the waves also seem to be going a bit easier. I don't have as much room at the left than the right, which I probably should have. I should probably stay a bit closer to the thing because they're probably getting close. Nope. Nope, these things, my defenses, are doing their job and taking out the enemies quite well. So let me just put that one there. So that's as much as I can do on that side with them being on the platform. So I'm gonna start building it up on the right side. The Zappinator is a good item, but it's not the best item. You can actually get an orange Zappinator in hard mode from the Traveling Merchant for 50 gold, which is quite a lot, but it shouldn't be that bad if you're in hard mode. So, and it does pretty much the same as the Grey Zappinator, but it's just more powerful and better. So that is quite good. Anyway, I'm gonna want to take out these enemies, keep them away from the portal at all costs, because if they get to the portal, then they can start doing damage to the portal. If they start doing damage to the portal, then that's not good, because I want to make sure that I'm able to take them all out. So now I can start putting the aura rod. What is lightning? Zappy Sentry aura rods, lightning aura rods, lightning aura stuff over to the right, so then it protects that a little bit more. So I have a lot more room over to the right, so it's a lot easier to protect from the right. That's why I started by putting the stuff over to the left. Oh no, the wyverns. The Etherian Wyverns. The worst enemy in these events, because they dive and go under the ground, which makes it so you can't hit them, which makes them such an annoying enemy. Okay, for this part, I'm going to zoom out, because look how high they go. And then they just dive bomb the thing, which makes them so annoying to actually take out. Because it's such an annoying enemy. And they do so much damage to the thing too. And that isn't even the final wave. I cannot defeat these wyverns. They are so hard to actually defeat. I'm not sure if they seem to be flying higher than I remember. I'm not sure if that's true, but it just seems like they're flying higher. Sorry that it's all zoomed out and you can't see things as well, but I really have to make sure that I can see the wyverns coming. Okay, well now there's the Dark Mage, and the Dark Mage is the boss, the final boss of this little thing. So I want to make sure that, God, those wyverns, they're so hard to defeat. Well, I mean, they're not hard to defeat in that they have a lot of health. They're just terrible. They're the worst enemies, and there they go. I don't think I can defend against the wyverns. They're way too hard. They have so much health. Maybe if I had the space gun, maybe the space gun would do good against them. But I don't know. I was going pretty good, but then I don't like that the wyverns. They're such a hard enemy. Maybe if I had the ballista rod, because they'll shoot stuff up. I don't know. My health was getting pretty low too. Let me try and make a full set of meteor armor and the space gun. See if that... well. So much for that idea. I can't make the space gun, and I can only make the meteor helmet because I do not have enough meteorite. Because that's pretty much completely done. I did get another meteorite falling, but I'm not sure if I don't know where it is. But there is another meteorite. I guess I used all of the meteorite to make the drill and the bricks for that. Well, okay, I'm gonna try and figure out another tactic to be able to defeat it, and I'll get back to you when I figure something out. Alright, I've come up with something which, if this doesn't work, then I'm clearly not prepared for this. And I've built a giant platform out of wood to make it so I have the max amount of flat area, so then I can defeat them as best I can. And if this doesn't work, then I don't know what will. I've completely displaced. So then there's area up there, so then all of my lightning aura rods will be able to hurt the enemies very well. And if this doesn't work, I don't know what will, because this is a very complete arena. And as you can see, they're right at the two edges of the arena, so now I actually know the max amount. And if I wanted to, I could just stand here and take them out really easily by just standing here and attacking in both directions. You can already see I'm at 66, but I could always then just go over and actually see how the wave's progressing. About pretty well, I'd say, considering I've completely done that. You can see how much easier it is once you have a level playing field. So, now, this has to work. If this doesn't work, then I don't know what will. I've got some stake to increase my improvement to stats, life regen. I have quite good stats. This is probably the best I'm going to do. I'm going to zoom out just because it will allow you to see the enemies a bit better farther away, and you'll be able to see everything go swimmingly. I'm actually going to be using the Demon Scythe because instead of the Grey Zappinator, because as I've seen in a previous round, it is quite a bit more effective. And you see that's a bit of a problem there. That's why I don't want to use the Zappinator, because it could knock enemies off and then they'll get below the platform, which would not be very good. I should be able to get enough Etherian mana to place enough rods. I'm going to try and keep it the same amount on either side, starting inside out as opposed to outside in. So then, if any of the Etherion Wyverns get close, they'll be able to be taken out. And this should be the winning round, because I have more than enough space and more than enough damage. So I should be able to do this. I know that you can have... Oh, I'm out of mana. That's not good. Didn't think about the mana. There we go. If I get hit, then I will regain some mana because of my magic cuffs. Just need to make sure that the enemies on both sides are completely taken care of, so then they won't give me any sort of trouble. Make sure there's no more stragglers on that side. It doesn't appear like it, and I have a whole load of mana. I now have 3 usages because it costs 10 mana per, so 30 is 3, so this is going much better. But now the problem starts arriving. The Etherion Wyverns, the worst enemy in this event. They fly way too high and deal way too much damage, and they are just so annoying. So I want to try and distract them with my character to make it so they don't, so it stalls them a bit and I can actually take them out. I'm going to try and use the Demon Scythe a little bit more. I just have to distract the Wyverns as much as possible because they are so annoying. They swoop up and just take out all of your health, and it is terrible. I really do not like them. But now the enemies are actually getting close to the portal because I was focusing on the Wyverns. So I really have to make sure that I take them out because the wave's complete, which means that the countdown for the next wave has already started. Seems like if I get out of screen, it'll just take out the enemies anyway. It seems I could be wrong, but I saw some enemies over there and I thought that they would have still been alive. Seems a bit odd, but I'm completely fine with this. This is very good. Now there's also the Wyverns again, which it seems like they have. It kind of looks like they have a magic wand on their tail. Which they go so fast. So this one just came so fast to attack, which is so annoying. They're fast. They're annoying. They have way too much health and damage. They're just the worst enemies of this event, and I want to take them out as a priority, but also not forget to also take out the enemies. Okay, there it is, the Dark Mage, and this is not a good time for my spacebar to not work. There we go. Oh no, Wyverns. No, you will not, my spacebar! No, okay, it's still there, so I just have to take out this Dark Mage, and then I should be good. But I have to make sure that the other side is also still protected from these Wyverns. No, the Wyverns. Their Wyverns are so annoying. They make it impossible to defeat this event. And they killed me even though the event was over. I was 99% done because all I had to do was kill the mage at that final wave and then I would be good. Oh, hey, Traveling Merchant. First time actually on video. Normally they just appear off video. And my jump not working did not help with that because now I have to grapple along here to get to the Traveling Merchant. Hello, Traveling Merchant. Hello. Let's see. Lifeform Analyzer, Portable Cement Minster, Fake Unicorn Horn. I don't actually need any of this stuff. Although I will take the Cement Mixer in case, so then I can have like some building accessories for when I'm going to be building. But that, I can't do it at this point in the game. I thought I could, but I was definitely proven wrong. Because those flying wyverns, the Etherian Wyverns, they're so hard. And I cannot beat them with my current setup. I want to. Really want to be able to beat it. But with my current setup, they are just way, way, way too hard to be able to actually defeat them, sadly. But that's my only plan. My plan was to defeat them. No. Well, I can at least see how the gym trees are doing. Any of them grown? No. I don't know why they're not grown. I made this roof plenty high. I don't know why they're not grown. But I thought that I would have been able to beat them. Sadly, though, I was unable to. Those wyverns, the Etherian Wyverns. Oh, that's the final form. I don't know why it shows the final form of the enemies, and not the. Yeah, because that's the stats at the final wave, which is a bit funny. That it's showing the look and stats of them from the final wave, but I don't know why it didn't. I was unable to actually defeat them. These wyverns. I thought that I would have had enough stats, but my damage output, even though I thought it was good enough to be able to defeat them, but clearly I was underestimating the event. I thought I would be able to breeze through that event easy, no problem, but it definitely proved me wrong. I don't know when I'll be able to actually defeat it. Maybe after Skeletron. Yeah, I might try again after Skeletron to see if I'll be able to defeat the event. But that event, those wyverns, it's so hard. And I still haven't gotten another Blood Moon to try and get the summon. I wonder if the summon would have made it easier. I should probably mention, I decorated this little hub area. You probably noticed, but I didn't mention. So I added some trees. Some what are the trees called? Zoologists. What are they called? Sakura, and yellow willow saplings. So it looks a little bit nicer. I planted some sunflowers, which I think makes it look very nice. Murnock. Why aren't these gym trees grown? Why aren't they? Nothing? Okay. I figured. Tried searching it up. Apparently they're just to grow like normal trees, but you know, without needing sunlight. But they're not growing. Not growing. I need them to grow so then I can cover up that big hole and actually place the teleporter where I want the teleporter to be. But yeah, I wish I was able to defeat that event, but it's just way too hard for where I am in the game. I thought I was able to do it, or I thought I would be able to do it, but I sadly was unable to. It was so hard. It's wyverns, so hard. I thought this episode would be quicker than other episodes, but I'm already been recording for like over 40 minutes, which is not what I wanted. But in any case, in the next episode, I'm going to be trying to fight the Queen Bee, and I should hopefully have better luck on that than with the Old One's army. So that's what I'm going to do in the next episode. But this is all I have time for in this episode. So, thanks for watching, leave a like if you enjoyed, and I'll see you on the next episode. 3, 2, 1.